You often hear that all the notes you'll ever need are right beneath your fingers. And if we kind of break that down a little bit, there is actually some interesting stuff here. As an example, if we look at an A major bar chord, and truly it doesn't matter which major, minor, seventh that you're using, what's important is that A note, knowing where that is. And as soon as we have that note down, we can choose to play pentatonic scales. Now, pentatonic scales are just collections of notes that we expect to sound good under most circumstances. And so the question is where under our fingers are those pentatonic notes? So if we just play that again, A major scale, and I want to play the 6 favorite notes of our position 1 pentatonic, it's right here, right under our fingers. Now, that was the minor pentatonic scale. What if I wanted the major pentatonic scale? Well, they're still under our fingers too, and it's sitting here. And we're still in our A scale. Now, I might have an A minor, I might have an A7, A minor 7, whatever it's going to be, it doesn't really matter. I just have to know in my mind if I want to play a minor pentatonic or a major pentatonic, and they're right here. But that major scale, it's not friendly. That's not a great spot for me. I really do like the minor pentatonic, the position 1. It's a very simple run of the fingers, nothing very complicated, works great. Wouldn't it be nice if I could have the pentatonic scale be major, but in position 1? And actually you can have that. If we come back 4 frets, 1, 2, 3, 4, those notes sit right here. That's the position 1 pentatonic related to our A major pentatonic scale. And so we have it positioned here, we have it positioned down here. Wouldn't it be nice if we had it in front of the chord? There's our A major chord, and there's a 3rd position of the pentatonic right here. And we can have those 3 notes which feel very similar to the position 1. It's just in front. Now I know this bounces around a little bit and it's not so well connected, but we're trying this on purpose. I know that all the notes are under my hand, but I've got some alternative positions. Let's come back to the A minor pentatonic scale. I know it starts here. Well, I can actually slide up 2 more frets, and the notes repeat right here. And you'll notice that shape looks very much like the shape I had here. Right? And so we also, from our minor pentatonic, can keep the shape of that major pentatonic as long as we move it up to the right location. And this movability is the neat part. Let's jump back to the major pentatonic where we have it positioned down here. And when I come up, that's right where that little box is. So now we've connected these little shapes, and if we recognize from our A major chord, that's going to be our A note. We're playing all the notes of our A major pentatonic, and we're just grabbing that extra top A note. So we can do a lot of stuff now that we start to understand, yeah, the notes are under my fingers, and I can reference those to move to other positions. Now, of course, if I play an A minor, and I want to just play the minor pentatonic, I'm not putting anything musical to this, I'm just running up and down the scale. We start seeing, though, how this actually works. They're just right there waiting for us. When we do the major, we're just going to move up. You might say that doesn't seem intuitive. Well, it is actually intuitive. If I play the major scale and I remember that that's my A note, what does the major pentatonic scale look like on just 2 strings? Well, it leads right into that 3rd position pentatonic shape. So it all starts to connect and it all starts to make sense. Now this is kind of a meandering little tour of this idea, and of course it applies to any time we know our scale on the 6th string as the root note. But we start looking for these patterns. We start realizing the patterns, which is how the guitar works. It's a pattern-driven instrument. It lets us find things very quick and very easy. And once we break through this idea, finding notes that are going to be good to play, we might play them crappy, but finding notes that are good to play is not as hard as we often think. It just takes a little bit of rethinking how we maneuver around and remembering the notes are all right under your fingers.